a shit. I don't want to hear it. Asia, Cameron, or Cheryl Swift. Nobody knew that. Nobody knew they wore 22. Stop that. The fact that Clark and Wilson were on the same 2025 WNBA All-Star team caught the attention, if only because there was some question about a shared number and how it would be handled. Ultimately, it didn't matter because Clark was out, of course, with the groin injury.
Something explosive just leaked out of the Team USA training camp. And if these reports are even half true, then Team USA has just made one of the biggest public relations mistakes in modern women's basketball. According to multiple insiders, the organization is now privately regretting a decision that sent shockwaves across the entire sports world, forcing Caitlin Clark, the most influential, most marketable, and most culturally powerful athlete in women's basketball, to give up her legendary number 22. Not suggested, not recommended, not negotiated, forced. And the fallout is already spiraling out of their control. The moment the roster sheet for the December Team USA training camp was released, fans didn't expect drama. They were excited. After the brutal Olympic snub, people were finally ready to see Caitlin Clark get her opportunity, to see her wear the red, white, and blue, to see her step into what many believe is her destiny as the future face of USA basketball. But excitement turned into full-scale outrage within seconds, because as fans looked closer, they noticed something that didn't sit right with anyone. Next to Clark's name on the official roster was a jersey number, but not her jersey number. Instead of the legendary 22, the number she built a global identity around, Team USA assigned her number 17. And the internet erupted instantly. To understand the shock, you have to understand the power of number 22. It isn't just a number stitched onto fabric. It's Caitlin Clark's identity, her legacy, her global trademark. It's the number she wore during her historic run at Iowa, the number she wore when she shattered Pete Maravich's all-time scoring record, the number she wore while carrying Iowa to back-to-back national championship games, and the number she proudly wears with the Indiana Fever as she breaks attendance records and turns every arena she steps into a sold-out event. Number 22 is instantly recognizable. It's a symbol, it's branding, it's business, and Team USA tossed it aside like it was meaningless. Here's the part that made fans furious. No one else on the training camp roster is wearing 22. The number is wide open. It isn't being held by a veteran. It isn't reserved for someone with seniority, and it isn't tied up in any technical FIBA restriction. Aja Wilson, the only superstar who consistently wears 22 for Team USA, isn't even attending this particular camp. This is not a conflict situation. This is not a rules situation. This is not a logistical situation. The number is sitting there unused, untouched, completely available, and yet Team USA still forced Caitlin Clark to switch to 17. To fans, it doesn't look like an oversight. It looks intentional, and that's where the optics completely fall apart. This is the same Team USA that left Caitlin off the Olympic roster earlier this year, a decision that triggered worldwide backlash and made fans question whether the leadership of USA Basketball truly understood the cultural movement unfolding in front of them. Their explanation back then was experience, continuity, and chemistry. People didn't buy it then, and after this latest controversy, they definitely aren't buying it now. Because if Team USA wanted to rebuild trust, if they wanted to repair their image, if they wanted to show the basketball world that they understood Caitlin's impact, then the easiest, simplest, most obvious move would have been to let her keep her iconic number. Instead, they opened the door for another firestorm. Sponsors noticed immediately. This is the part nobody talks about, but it's massive. Brands like Nike, State Farm, and Gatorade have poured millions into building Caitlin Clark's identity around number 22. Commercials, billboards, merchandise, endorsement deals, they all tie into that number. You can't just yank it away without consequences. Forcing her into number 17 doesn't just create confusion. It disrupts an entire marketing ecosystem. Fans associate her name with 22. Parents buy their daughters 22 jerseys. Young hoopers write 22 on their shoes before games. That connection is emotional, and emotional branding is the most valuable kind of branding. So when Team USA strips that away, even temporarily, they aren't just affecting Caitlin. They're affecting fans, businesses, sponsors, and future merchandise revenue. And yes, merchandise sales absolutely matter here. Team USA had a golden opportunity to print Caitlin Clark, Team USA number 22 jerseys. Jerseys that would have shattered every sales record in the history of women's basketball. But a number 17 jersey? That's not iconic. That's not legendary. That's not a collector's item. That's confusing. Fans don't want a Clark 17. They want her number. Team USA just fumbled a massive financial opportunity without even realizing it. But the biggest issue isn't money. It's the message. Fans see this as Team USA trying to humble her, minimize her, or remind her that she's not bigger than the program. The problem is, whether they want to accept it or not, Caitlin Clark is bigger than the program right now. She's bigger than the league. She's bigger than the NCAA. She's a cultural force who transcends the sport. She's brought millions of new fans into women's basketball, fans who had never watched before. And when you disrespect the person who brought that level of growth, you disrespect the fans who came with her. Now here's the twist. Insiders are reportedly saying that Team USA did not expect this level of backlash. They thought the number change would go unnoticed, or at worst, be a small conversation. Instead, their social media pages are flooded. Every roster announcement is ratioed. Every comment section is filled with fans calling out the organization. And now, behind closed doors, people inside the program are reportedly admitting they didn't think the number would become the story. But it did, because they touched something sacred. They touched the identity millions of fans are emotionally invested in, and now they're dealing with the consequences. As this controversy unfolds, it's becoming clearer and clearer that Team USA didn't just underestimate Caitlin Clark's popularity, they fundamentally misunderstood the scale of the movement she represents. This isn't 1998, where jersey numbers were a small detail. This isn't even 2016, where branding was important but not central to the identity of women's sports. This is 2025. Caitlin Clark is the face of the sport. She is the reason attendance records are breaking, TV ratings are doubling, merchandise is selling out, and arenas that once sat half empty are now impossible to enter without a ticket resale fee in the hundreds. When she walks into a gym, people treat it like a national event. When she posts on social media, the internet freezes. When she speaks, the basketball world listens. And when Team USA disrespects her, even unintentionally, fans explode. What makes this controversy even more embarrassing for Team USA is that it was completely avoidable. Nobody forced them to do this. There was no rulebook demanding Clark wear a different number. There was no veteran standing in her way. There was no prior commitment obstructing her. The number 22 was sitting there, available, untouched, unused. And yet, they made the conscious decision to assign her a completely different number. A number with no history. A number with no connection. A number that feels more like an assignment than an honor. And that's where the tone deafness becomes impossible to ignore. You have to wonder what the conversations inside the locker room sound like. Because while most players respect Caitlin's rise, there's also no denying that jealousy, ego, and insecurity exist at the highest levels of sports. Some veterans privately feel overshadowed by the attention she gets. Some dislike how every question, every camera, every microphone gravitates toward her. Some resent the idea that a rookie, no matter how talented, has become the face of the sport while they spent years working in relative obscurity. And so, when Team USA makes a decision like this, it doesn't just look bureaucratic. It looks political. It looks like protecting egos. It looks like quiet resistance. It looks like an intentional refusal to elevate Caitlin to the level fans believe she already deserves. But the truth is, resisting her doesn't stop anything. It only makes her bigger. Every controversy, every snub, every rule, every questionable decision only strengthens the movement behind her. Fans become louder. Narratives grow stronger. Media attention doubles. Caitlin becomes even more central to the sport's identity. That's exactly what's happening now. Team USA tried to treat this number change like a small detail, but in doing so, they turned it into a national conversation. Every sports show is talking about it. Every social platform is debating it. Every fan is picking a side. And every journalist is digging deeper into why Team USA keeps fumbling the most important relationship they should be protecting. The bigger problem for Team USA is what happens next. At the December camp, cameras will show up. Reporters will ask direct questions. Players will be pressured to comment. And Caitlin herself will inevitably face microphones asking whether she was okay with the number change. Caitlin Clark is media-trained, diplomatic, and smart. She won't lash out. She'll say what she always says. She's grateful, she's excited, she's focused on the team. But fans will read between the lines. They always do. The media will analyze her expression, her tone, her body language, and the story will only grow from there. No matter what Team USA does now, they can't erase the fact that they mishandled something incredibly simple. The biggest irony of all is that Team USA could have won with this situation. Imagine the headlines if they had let her keep number 22. Imagine the celebration from fans. Imagine the jersey sales. Imagine the goodwill. Imagine the message it would have sent. We recognize the future. We embrace the moment. We support the star that's elevating the sport. Instead,